Hello everyone, welcome in to GuiVGC's channel. I am GuiVGC myself, and I'm here today to talk about the tournament that I won last night. PokeFolk tournament hosted by our Lord on Twitch. Make sure to also check him out. So we have this tournament here, 50 people, a lot of Italian players, a lot of Spanish players, a lot of Australian players as well, and I ended up winning. I basically played Rain with a lot of different twists to some of the assets. I have my pace, and I'll also have the rental code on the description of the video, so make sure to check it out. After leaving and subscribing to the channel, you can also check me out on Twitch. It's GuiVGC as well. I'll have all the links in the description and that kind of thing. But let's actually head into what actually matters in here. This was the team Salamence Archelodon. I've never been a big fan of Double Dragon with Fairy in the game, but Archelodon being one, having Flash Cannon, which is a very strong stab move into this into the Fairy types, convinced me that I can actually run this. This was also not a credential of mine as well. This was first given to me with some EV spreads as well by Megan Rattle. So big shout out to her for helping me with the team. Because after this, I made some of my changes. We discussed a few things like the Rillaboom and how like this Rillaboom used to be an Amoonguss on her team. And this used to be the AV stamina normal setup, but I played a lot with Archelodon in Reg G. Sturdy Power Herb is such a good combination for this format. Why? Pelipper. If you watch the finals of the tournament on my stream, you would see that we had 3 games. One that ended on a disconnection. It wasn't anyone's fault. It was a 2-2. So we ended up just replaying game one. He brought Pelipper on the game. I also brought Pelipper on the game. After that, I decided, no, wait. I can just not bring a Pelipper because I don't need it to go off and fire Electric Shot with Power Herb. And with Study, it allows me to actually go max speed, max attack modest, which basically means, and if you guys remember, Archelon, one that is base 185 speed. What is it? Three most common Pokemon of the format. Rillaboom, also base 85 speed, but they never go much further than this. So I've seen some ones that go over here, but I've never seen much further than this because this is top speed the timid Pelipers. If they are going further than this, they're probably going to Jolly, which I will probably want outspeed anyway, but those are super rare, in my opinion. What is the other great Pokemon in the format? Goldengo. What is Goldengo max modest speed? 84. What happens when you are a max speed modest Archelodon? You outspeed by 1. So every single Goldengo that is modest, you will outspeed. Every time a Goldengo outspeeds you, you know at that point that they are timid. Which comes out, so when you're playing best of ones, it's unfortunate if you notice that the Goldengo is timid, you know, in the game. But if you're playing a best of 3, you know that Goldengo is timid. It changes a lot on how you play the game. And this is something that really came up, and it was something that I really liked about having this set. Also the ability to click this move, Protect. There's no Worshipful. You know? There's no Worshipful. We don't have to worry about, if I protect, he'll just break through it, you know? You can, every time your Archelon is threatened by something, you can just click Protect. And you'll be fine, because you won't take any damage. I don't know how people will react to this set, but I can see people starting to at least giving it a test, just to see how it works. After this is the Salamence. Salamence, this is the wrong EV spread, hold up. This is a right EV spread. We are running life orb Salamence. I ran some calcs and I noticed that by moving that 1 HP stat over here down to the SPDF, those a majority of the calcs that I've made had either a very minor or no change. In other words, having your HP ending in 9 with life orb only taking 10%, which is basically 16 HP, is very important. Because you will be clicking Hurricane, Draco Meteor multiple times in the game, especially because you're timid, and in this game, there aren't that many mons that actually go that fast that are very relevant. Palafin usually runs Adamant. We have Salamence itself. Taurus, they tend to stay within the Adamant section, but Jolly does exist. Not necessarily they will always be max Jolly, but if they are max Jolly, at least your speed time. You have a 50-50% chance to get it in and win the game. Typhlosion, both normal and his sweet form as well. Once I find it, where's Typhlosion? Typhlosion. Wait, hold up. Hisui Typhlosion. Oh, Typhlosion is actually 95 speed. I didn't know that. Okay. Anyway, your speed in Hisui Typhlosion, which is massive. Because it's a bang eruption mon of this game. Back to the base 100 speeds real quick. Outside of that, the only things that are more relevant are like the mouse hold, the jump bluff, Hisui, Zork, and Ninetales. Ninetales battles a little bit because it's a fairy type. It does super effective damage into you, but you can shrug really well the Moon Blasts. And the reason why I went with Terra Flying, I'll just show the calc here real quick, but there were specific calcs that you can only get with Terra Flying. For example, Salamence. Let me just put them in set real here really quickly. Terra Flying with Hurricane into a very bulky Rillaboom with Assault Vest. You see, Hurricane does this much. You click Terra Flying, boom, guaranteed. You can even go even bulkier on the Rillaboom for the calc. You just basically are one-shotting any Rillaboom in front of you. Annihilate is something that also comes up. Look at this. Annihilate behind Friend Guard. You have a 75 chance to kill Annihilate with Friend Guard on the field. So if you have like Fake Out, you know, so if you are in a positioning where you have an ape and you actually need to kill it, there you go. And even without the Friend Guard, I am pretty sure it's just still the same chance 75% of the time you kill, which is massive. For multiple reasons. One, because the mouse ape matchup is something that you always have to keep in mind in this metagame. It's very common, and sometimes it's very tricky to play into, so having nuke buttons or with like Salamence, for example, is really good. Pelipper, people often run a wide guard in here. I opted for Helping Hand. It came up. Helping Hand before you drop your Draco is really strong. Before you Electroshot, when Pelipper is about to die, it at least gives something for it to do, or when it's about to get faked out, it at least gives some functionality on the field, which came up. As I said, it came up. It was really good. I would definitely keep going if you have Tailwind on the Salamence. Otherwise, I probably would go with Tailwind on the Pelipper itself. Rillaboom, a lot of people have been going for, you know, the very speedy Rillaboons, as I said, where they try to at least get to this speed tier over here, which is not speed the Adamant Pelipper's, the Modest Pelipper's. But I decided to actually go very bulky on it. Blood Moon Ursaluna is a little bit of a tricky matchup, and I wanted to have better chances into it. So having these bulkiers EV spread to be able to live to live like 2 Terra normal Hyper Voices, guarantee live a Blood Moon from full Terra normal Blood Moon from full HP is also super relevant. Terrafire is just standard. 116 attack is just standard. So, and after I put this, I just put the remainder here. Now, to the big mon of the team, in my opinion, is King Gambit. A lot of people just don't have answers into King Gambit. I think I played 2, maybe 3 King Gambits. Let me actually get this right. I played 1, 2... Yeah, I played 3 King Gambits. They are the same King Gambit, so... For some reason, 4 speed King Gambit was outspeeding all of King Gambits. I was always winning the Sucker Punch Speed War. I don't know if it was a speed tie, because we click Sucker Punch at each other multiple times, and I always saw my winning. So it's a very interesting meta adaptation to keep in mind that maybe people are actually just like dropping this stat, but in this set over here, and going with a minus nature over here, or maybe they are still over here but with an imperfect IV for Trick Room. I would assume, at least, because if you go like this, at least you are outspeeding the Blood Moon Ursaluna, underspeeding Blood Moon Ursaluna in Trick Room. You speed tying the Hisui ones, which is not a bad idea since you are Steel type. You can switch into the Facades, you can Terra out of Headlong Rush weakness. You have Intimidate, so you can do some pivoting around to get yourself into position where you can Sucker Punch, since most of them are running Terra Ghost. You just to put pressure, you know, you just Rillaboom the Terra Ghost, you bring King Gambit, after you force out the Terra, and then you Sucker Punch them. And most of the time they fall for the Sucker Punch, or they take a massive amount of damage that they can't recover because of the burn. Terra Dark Goggles. I played it. I can't remember how many Among Us, but I played at least like 1 or 2. Played 1 in here. Yeah, I played 2 of them. 3 actually. Okay. Among Us is a mon that you need to have a matchup into, in some way, shape, or form. Hurricane, yes, it does kill Among Us from... I don't think... Do you need to Terra? Yeah, you don't need to Terra for you to kill Among Us. Unless they are the, you know, sassy, and then, you know, it becomes a roll to kill, but like by that point you have an idea. And if you bring Among Us low anyway, you can always have a partner to finish it off. But you need to have like at least 2 Spore immunities, Rillaboom is one of them, and Goggles King Gambit. As you probably saw over here, I played against Vivino. This Vivino had Rage Powder, and it's very important for your Sucker Punches not to be able to be redirected. Because sometimes you get this guy on the field, you have like an Archaludon putting pressure on the rain already, firing off Electro Shots, ready to fire Dracos, and you get a King Gambit in after something dies or a U-turn, and then you can Swords down, so while your Archaludon is still applying the pressure. And this is very important. And the final piece of the team, Basco Legion. This is enough bulk, so you can actually live Grassy Glide from the set of Rillaboom sets. I'll just put this up real quick. Basco Legion 44-4. Just enough for you to be able to get this calc. And I decided to go with 124 speed. I could have gone a little bit less HP, but I thought that this HP is good. One, because since this is a very high HP mon, low defense, I wanted to, and you have a very strong like wave crash. But because this has a wave crash and you're taking a lot of recoil because all your waving crashes are at least doing 50% to resists. Because most of the time you are going to save Terra for this, you're going to click Terra Water, and then boom, you see you two-shotting Rillaboom. Rillaboom is going to be able to, they do this much damage. It's gonna one shot you guaranteed, but it's going to take at least 90 something damage HP, and when you consider that your min roll your min roll over here, you wave crash them, they take 90 HP. If they don't have more than 200 HP, they just simply die off recoil, which is crazy. um So because of that, I decided to invest a little bit more into this HP stat. For those reasons, recoil on the Rillaboom, your own recoil from Wave Crash, and to get this outspeed on at least all incineroars, you can outspeed. I didn't have many scenarios where I had a Bascullegion Legion against my opponent's Bascullegion Legion against my own Bascullegion Legion in my matches. Usually when I brought Bascullegion Legion, it was either on the lead with Pelipper, so I could just fire off a Wave Crash, get something killed straight away, or it was an end game where I'm clicking Aqua Jet, I'm clicking Lost Respects. And I didn't play against many Bascullegions. Legions, I think only the finals had a Bascullegion Legion, if I recall correctly. Yeah, only the other team that made to the finals had a Bascullegion Legion. Terra Water just to power up the Wave Crashes. This guy, when he clicks Terra Water, Wave Crash in the rain, back Sadaman, it just kills. If you don't resist, you just die. It's just like this. So this is how I built this team. Of course, shout out to Megan for giving me the core of the team. And yeah, thanks a lot for coming around, listen to myself talking about my team. And if you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment if you want to see more of this kind of content where I take a team, talk through it. Let me know as well if you want to watch any of my own me commenting my own matches, so you can have an idea of how I play the game, how I operate the team, so you can grab the rental code that I'm gonna drop in the comment section and pilot yourself. Maybe you can play a tournament, and do well as I did. And I hope to hear back from guys. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for coming to join and hang out with me. Make sure to follow me on Twitch. I am live at least twice a week. Depends on schedules and that kind of thing. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for coming in, and see you next time.